First on CBS Mornings, Ryan Reynolds is making a very personal milestone public and asking you to follow his example.
Rob and I both, we turned 45 this year, and part of being this age is getting a colonoscopy. It's a simple step that could literally, and I mean literally, save your life.
Reynolds and fellow actor Rob McElhenney allowed video cameras to record their colonoscopies. The co-owners of the Wrexham Soccer Club in Wales want to raise awareness about the rising rates of colon cancer in people younger than 50. Ryan Reynolds went first, arriving bright and early to his appointment with our favorite gastroenterologist, Dr. Jon LaPook.
I would never normally have any medical procedure put on camera and then shared.
Morning.
It's not every day that you can raise awareness about something that will most definitely save lives.
Going in.
That's enough motivation for me to let you in on a camera being shoved up my ass.
Ryan, it's the first time you've had a colonoscopy.
Yeah.
And
Filming it.
you're filming
Which
it,
is
which
like also just awful.
the procedure itself doesn't take long. We talk, 30 minutes, something like that. It's stunningly effective.
I'm gonna eat a graham cracker.
You did such a good prep that I was able to find an extremely subtle polyp that was on the right side of your colon. This was potentially life-saving for you. I'm not kidding. I'm not being overly dramatic. I mean,
love it.
This is exactly why you do this, okay? You had no symptoms.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm thrilled for you.
Thank you so much for this. Seriously, thank you for pushing me to do this.
This is the polyp. I just cut it off at the snare, and it's gone. You are interrupting the natural history of a disease, of something, of a process that could have ended up, developing into cancer and causing all sorts of problems. Instead, you're not only diagnosing the polyp, you're taking it out.
I figure I can't go wrong in terms of comparing myself to Ryan. They either find nothing, and that means my colon was cleaner than his, or they find a polyp, all set, and it's either bigger than his, which is awesome, or it's smaller than his, which means I had less of an opportunity to have cancer. Either way, I win.
Hi, you're all done. You're in recovery now.
So easy.
Good. How do you feel?
I feel great.
Good.
Today we found 3 polyps. They were small. They were not a big deal, but certainly a good thing that we found them early and removed them.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'll see you in a couple of years.
Dr. Jon LaPook joins us right now. Good morning.
Morning, Nate.
So how did all of this come about?
Ryan came to me. I'm very protective of my patients' privacy, but he reached the age of screening, which is now 45.
It used to be 50.
It used to be 50, and it dropped down. And
Why? Why did it drop?
it dropped down because we're seeing colon cancer in younger people for reasons that are not clear. But he wanted to raise awareness, and so he said, let's do this PSA.
So his idea, not your idea.
Not my idea.
But you went in there, you did your job, you found what you described as a subtle polyp.
Yeah.
Is that typical? And also, Rob had a polyp as well, right?
I know. Each one of them had a polyp, which potentially, it had the potential to, over time, turn into cancer.
Yikes.
Totally benign right now,
Yeah.
giving no symptoms. You find it, you pluck it out, and instead of potentially getting cancer, you don't get cancer.
Wow. Tony and I are the exact same age. And I could tell when you were watching that, you were thinking what I was thinking. It's going to be us soon. So I know the age is 45. Is there any other signs that someone should go in sooner?
Absolutely.
Because you guys are both 41.
We're 41. I've
Yeah.
got some time to prepare. I'll watch that video a few times, get used to it.
I'm so glad that you brought that up, Nate, because these recommendations now down to 45 are for people at average risk, right?
Right.
If you have symptoms, if you have a change in your stool, and you have to get specific, if you notice bleeding, if you notice narrowing in the stool, you have abdominal pain, if you've been told of iron deficiency anemia, you're tired because of that, it could be because of invisible blood loss from a polyp or an early cancer that you don't even know about. If you have symptoms, go to your healthcare provider and get it evaluated.
Well, I know you are discreet because I'm one of your patients. I've been to Dr. LaPook several times, and he told me that I have a long and winding colon.
Yes.
Yeah, just sit with that for a second.
Is that unusual?
Yes. How is Ryan's colon?
It was perfect. And I have to tell you,
Looked great on screen.
On a serious note, you know,
Yes.
we talk about that prep, and I know people don't love
I
the prep.
hate the prep.
Well,
Is there nothing else to do?
There are
it's
different.
so important to do it.
There are different types of prep. I know people are scared of it. You can have now a combination of having fluid and pills. You'll figure out a way to clean it out. But the bottom line is that because they both did such a good job, you were able to see these subtle polyps. And you know, normally you think about a polyp up on a stalk and it's easy, how can you miss it? But now we're realizing there are more and more flat polyps, very subtle. And when you do a good job, as Ryan did, it was perfect job. I was able to find it.
And we should also say, John, that it really is nothing to be afraid of.
No.
Because it really is a piece of cake. I know the imagery is what freaks people out. But if you do the prep, and that's just drinking the stuff that makes you clean out everything, you really are out. You feel nothing. You honestly feel nothing.
Yeah, and
it's not something that should scare people.
It shouldn't, and we have to raise awareness.
Yes.
And there is a myth that, you know, about men and women. You know, women and men get colon cancer just about equally.
Yeah.
So, like you said, it could be life-saving.
Yes, it could be life-saving. 3.5 years and counting, 4 years.
Yeah.
We're there.
See you
Going
soon.
together.
We're going together.
We'll bring the cameras.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right.
It'll be your idea, not
My
mine.
polyp will be bigger.
Oh, man. Dr. Jon LaPook, thank you. We appreciate you. To see the entire Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney video, visit our CBS Mornings Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram pages. Also visit leadfrombehind.com or leadfrombehind.org, for more information.
And thanks to Ryan and Rob for doing that.
That was great.
That's huge.
right.
Because I know he's a big personality, but he and Blake Lively are very private in their lives.
Private, and I think it was a big deal for him to do this.